Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I have been talking for the last hour, and I didn't realize my mic was unplugged. No, my mic's been unplugged for an hour. I'm like, half an hour ago I saw you in here, Jacob. I was like, oh hey Jacob, how you doing? And then you didn't answer and I figured you were busy. I talked to Waylord and yeah, I got the raid from Nat too, and I was trying to introduce myself and talk to people there, and nothing. I was like, man, they must have been really bored with me. No, turns out my mic was just freaking unplugged the whole time. This is why I have that channel reward for, hey, hero's not listening. It's one channel point. Oh well. Hi, how's everyone doing? So nice that you can hear me so we can actually talk now. Damn. Oh man. People are going to be really weirded out and wondering why I had that stretch of the stream is starting soon and not saying a goddamn word. Better now. Better now. Thank you for asking. Good to see you. Appreciate you both being here. Oh boy, I know I don't have a face cam, but I can absolutely assure you I am blushing like you wouldn't believe right now. Oh, that's embarrassing. That is super embarrassing. So to answer your earlier question, Waylord, no, I'm not planning on screenshotting all of the rooms with the chess pieces, because I have a couple that are easily memorable. Like, for example, the bishop in the chapel, the knight in the security room, the rook in the nook. But the black ones in the bunk room were interesting. I didn't see those before. Ooh, pot roast stew sounds amazing. I really want to learn how to make stew better. Yeah, I can already imagine what that one is. Absolute values. Oh boy, let's hear it. Yep, okay, I heard my mic connect, which means you guys did too. Oh boy. Thank you for the clip. I feel like a dum-dum. Anyway. So, I did get the trophy last run, I'm assuming you saw, because you couldn't hear me say it, for the completely full house. I did, thankfully enough. There are 2 true boxes, there are 2 empty boxes. This box is empty. Okay, if these are both true, then they must be in black. Hooray, easy puzzle. Redemption for how dumb I've been up until now. Let's do hallway for now. How did I forget that badly? Oh my goodness. I am going to kick myself like you wouldn't believe for a while. Do the pantry so I can get access to the garage. What else is new with you, Jacob, aside from making the pot roast stew today? What? Why isn't this? Huh. That's interesting. I'm not just crazy, right? This should have led to the garage. This is the 4th one up. Oh. Oh well, I guess. We'll keep going this way. Courtyard, patio. I don't have enough green rooms for that yet. Greater chance of finding items in green room. Yeah, that'll be good. Gimme. Locked and I don't have keys. Great. Just freaking perfect. This house is being weird today. I don't like the way it's going. Let's lock it off. We'll get the closet in here. Maybe the commissary. No, we'll keep the dead ends here altogether on the west side. Get that. Compass. Let's hope more point north as it's supposed to. That would be very helpful. Man, I feel so embarrassed. I was planning things out so well. I was all excited telling you guys about what a good job I was planning the house. Let's do security room, I guess. Now I don't even remember what I was doing during that last run that was going so well. I almost feel like I should go through and rewatch it and commentate on it just so I can add it to the video later. Keycard settings. Let's set that to high again. Oops. And offline mode to unlocked. There we go. Now I just have to find myself the breaker room. Ooh, that'll be helpful. Would have been helpful earlier too, but it'll be helpful now. I don't think I find anything up here really. There's a higher chance of it though. Anyway. Let's go back to the entrance. We're going to try and get dead ends in the east corridor here. Because I want them removed from the pool as soon as possible. Walk-in closet, 4 items. Could do the corridor as well, or the dining room by the entrance. Dining room is better put up here though. So yeah, let's just dead end this. Running shoes, that's good. And a cupcake. Hey guys, I think this picture is a clue, but I'll put a pin in it. Funny. Viewership drops to 0. I thought it was funny. Don't go that way, I go this way. Okay. Yeah, I may as well darkroom it. Get it out of the way. And don't know, so we'll do this one. That's okay. It's a dead end, but I wanted a dead end here anyway. Key card. That's going to be very helpful, especially if I can't find a breaker room. Actually, I don't need to find a breaker room now. Let's go with this one. I don't know what it's going to be. That's unfortunate. But coat check is coat check. Looks like veranda's the only way out. Do I have a key? I have one key. Alright. I've got to go the long way. Oh, actually, you know what? I can completely skip that now that I have the key card. I can just go down into the basement and take the shortcut up through the foundation. Which will be cool because I've been wanting to try that as well. Okay. I think if I can get this to drop one level, I might be able to use that boat too, but it's not really important to try that. I need to go not in there, because this doesn't really do anything yet, as far as I know. I mean, it must do something, but I have no way to light these. Which I assume is the start of the puzzle. Unless this is meant to be an emblem too. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Not that way. Wait, why wouldn't it be that way? That's supposed to go... That's supposed to be the entrance from the tomb, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. That's unusual now. I may have to go look at that. Because I was like 90% sure that was the entrance from the tomb. Also, why did this reset? It shouldn't be up here. Huh. Interesting. Well, whatever. Works for me. I kind of want to go open that door as well, but I'm not going to. I don't really need the antechamber open quite yet. Not that way. We're going this way. That's to the back. I don't need to go to the back because I don't have a way to smash down that door. That's the way I just came from, I think. Okay. Key card in, elevator down. Let's hope it works. It did. Okay, cool. Let's try and go east first. I'm not going to go east first. There are a lot of locked doors today, my goodness. Let's go corridor first. Don't want the freezer. I don't have a breaker box, which means I will lose my steps. Library, maybe? It'll completely cut me off from in there, but... I'm not sure. Do I really need those spots? Maybe not. We'll do library. Library. And here is the book. Okay. Time to do some reading. And that's interesting. Ajera to Iraja. Arindia was once the name used to designate the realms of the eastern waters. Though the term is no longer employed in the halls of politics, nor commonly known to the average citizen, its memory flickers in the hearts of those who hail from the lands that it once encompassed, and many of the elder generation in Huss circles still refer to themselves as Arindians. Yet we must not let the flame of our history dwindle into the obscurity of whispered conversations, nor permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon the name of our land. We must keep alive the embers of our past and preserve them for generations yet to come. Ajera. Castle Arindia. Most historians mark the beginning of the first era, often denoted as Ajera, by the ascension of the first king of Arindia, whose name is Oris. Cyril? Would later grace the burgeoning township which he was crowned. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, the black banners of Arindia could be seen fluttering in every hamlet and hostelry along every thoroughfare from Oris all the way to the western banks. A new kingdom was born. It was the 4th king of Arindia who split this vast domain into 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift and called his new realm Arinda Ares, after the angelic paragon of royalty Arinda. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse which at the time was not as developed, but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to the middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Iraja, the mystical realm of the ancestors, a land steeped in tradition, magic, and the poetry of the old tongue. As the 2nd era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite these differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the 3rd era was defined by the construction of a vast network of railways that spanned the length and breadth of the land, linking the northern mountains of Arch Ares to the southern shores of Iraja. This development facilitated travel and commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future, a promise that would unfortunately, as my readers will soon find, not be kept. So that middle section on the right is Arch Ares, I think. No, the realm of the north was Arch Aries. And the center was Orinda Aries. And then the south is Araja. Okay. Orinda Aries, Arch Aries, Araja. As the kingdom of Orinda Aries, which is the middle, entered the fourth era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desolates III was a king who listened to the voices of all his subjects, from the most influential advisors to the humblest of citizens. He was a king who often was seen among the people, eating, drinking, and conversing, a sight that shocked not only the gentry and the court, but the masses as well, who could scarce believe that they, as peasantry, would ever sup with the crown. Desolates was known as the king of the people, and it was therefore a surprise to no one when he made the decision to move the capital from the secluded mountains of Reddington to the public stage of Orris, leaving castle and court behind. The people were overjoyed by this choice, and the city welcomed their king with open arms and great fanfare. Yet not all were swayed so easily. There were those that viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of his station, and were wary of how readily he could be persuaded by the tears and tales of the common folk. These dissenting voices planted the seeds of discontent, which took root in the lawns and gardens of the nobles of Fen, or as I have been instructed to say, the grand city of Fen. After the passing of King Desolates III, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died naturally in his old age and surrounded by his people in Orris, far away from the growing unrest among the western city of Fen. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the self-proclaimed Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a surprising number of supporters due to the fact that Desolates IV shared his father's good name but little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city streets stained in red. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together, they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch Aries and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years, and saw buried one in every 3 men. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death he had won. Orris had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. The current era. Today, the realms inherited by the 3, Fen Aries, Arch Aries, and Araja, once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our peoples has grown, our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realms serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. And as those trees continue to grow, so do our hopes for the common future, a future where we are not defined by the colors of the banners we raise, but by that which connects us, a land that we each call home. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth from the greatest empire the world has ever seen, the land of our fathers, of our mothers, and of our children. This land is, after all that has happened, still Orindia. Okay. This did give me one possible clue, though, because it's specifically mentioning the spruce and the birch that span across their realms. But interestingly, I think there are white spruce and white birch trees. Because I think I've made spruce beer out of white spruce needles. And white birch trees, I'm sure, are about the same thing. I think they're actually white, which means that I may not be looking for painted white trees with the clues from the song. It may, in fact, be just regular trees out in the yard that I'm looking for 2 stones underneath of. Which is interesting. Anyway, continuing north. Sorry for that long break. Rotunda, the attic. I've never been in the attic. I know it's going to dead end me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because it's not going to dead end me. I can go through the foundation or the veranda. Let's do it. 8 items is huge anyway. Like, that's enormous. Key, coin, sledgehammer, good. Coupon book. Oh, I wish I had a magnifying glass. Oh well. Hey, another bishop. A white bishop too. Print screen. Just because I will probably forget this if I don't take another picture of it. There we go. Coin purse, that's cool. Gem. Another gem. Dear Miss Marigold, thank you so much for giving our editors the opportunity to consider... What is written up here? Private? Something? April? Oh, April 12th. Thank you so much for giving your advisors the opportunity to consider your illustrated children's book, The Red Prince. Unfortunately, I regret that we have come to the conclusion that although the illustrations are wonderful, we do not think the material is a good fit with Ruffington's current catalog, and therefore will not be pursuing a partnership at this time. If you provide us with a return envelope, your manuscript will be returned to you. Otherwise, it has been recycled. Thank you again for thinking of us here at Ruffington. Isn't that what I said, April? Did I not say April? I thought I said April 12th. APRIL12. I mean, it could be something else. I'm not sure, but it looks like that. I just don't have the magnifying glass right now. Thank you again for thinking of us here at Ruffington, and do not be discouraged to submit any work you complete in the future. We wish you every success in finding a home for your book. But while you are writing, Thomas Yanders, editor, change the ending to political. So even book that was printed had to be censored. Taking picture of that. I really wish I had a magnifying glass right now. I'm gonna hope I find one so I can come back up here and look at that. Alright, let's go through the foundation because I have an extra key or 2 now. We're gonna go out the east side. And yeah, let's do the bedroom. That'll be perfect. Sleeping mask. Okay. There's another white pawn here. Is there a difference between the black pawns and the white pawns? That's what I want to know. Because I am super curious about that. And this drawer won't open. Wow, that's a lot of locked doors today. Boudoir or drawing room? Let's do the drawing room. I may as well see if I can get something lucky here. Courtyard, gymnasium, chapel. Let's maybe do the courtyard. I could redraw it, but I don't think I want to, because if it's always unlocked, that'll be helpful this far up. Especially because I keep running into locked rooms. I'm going to save this for now, because I only have the one extra key. I do have a sledgehammer. A shovel would be nice, but shovel is hard to find. Metal detector is good. Ooh, extra keys. That's super helpful. Okay. Then we're up all the way here. Let's go observatory just so I don't dead end myself. But it's my only gem. I guess we'll go for the storeroom, because I have other doors I can go through at the moment. Oh, and there is another one of these, but I knew this was a T. I don't know why it's up here. I'll take a picture of it anyway. And another white pawn. I don't think I have this one in here, but I'm going to check anyway. Oh. I probably did the wrong statue for the cloister anyway. I'm looking at my clues again, and apparently it was the one with the hoe that was the statue in the center. Rina's? Yeah. I'll have to look at that soon. Okay, putting this in here. And let's continue on. Bunk room, gymnasium, boudoir. The gym is the only one that'll lead me north. I don't really want to burn those steps, but we're going to anyway. Ooh, the pool. Well, I'm glad you didn't. Congratulations for not doing so. Not a problem, friend. All you really missed, depending on when you left, was me reading a lot, which I was surprised I was able to do, to be honest. So nothing all that important, unless you like the sultry sound of my voice. Let's go for... I guess let's do the laboratory. That'll take me to the right. Yeah, it's a prime cut too, and I brined it first using a spice mix and salt sugar brine. Interesting. So by brining it, do you mean you just dipped it in the brine, or did you make it Like, what am I looking for? Where you soak something in it for a couple hours. Overnight. Okay, so it was like a soaking. Commissary or laboratory? Let's go laboratory for now. Don't know how to make corned beef either. Which is okay. It's not all that important. But what the heck is over there? Oh, that's just a light. Okay. Marinade. That's what I was thinking. Because I would marinate chicken. Where I'd soak it inside wine or some other flavored broth to get some extra flavor in it. Which I'm assuming is very similar to brining, which you just described. I can't be sure, but it sounds like it. Kitchen, wine cellar, bunk room. Different on brine and marinade is mostly it's going to add fluid or replace density equilibrium of the taste. Interesting. So which one would brining be? Definitely doing this one. On pot roast stew, adding fluid makes for a juicier meat and makes space in the meat for stew stock to seep into easier. Okay. Oh, so the salt, sugar, and spices would force it to expand, meaning that the flavor of the juices would be able to get into those spaces in the meat better. I'm guessing. Marinade uses a concentrated mixture. Let me try that again. Marinade uses a concentrated mixture to reach equilibrium or density, hence sauce goes into the meat. So it's either marinade will soak into the meat or brining will spread the meat so the flavor of the soup will soak into the meat instead. Is that basically what I'm hearing here? Salty brine adds salt and sugar between the meat fibers and makes room for flavor. Yeah, okay. So the salt and sugar kind of tenderizes the meat. Okay. I got you. I got you. I am learning things about cooking too, which is neat. Next 3 times you open a trunk. Do I have... I think this will be the best one for now. Yes. So now every time or for the next 3 times I open a locked trunk, I'll gain a key, a gem, or a die. And let's exit. I still don't know what to do with this machine quite yet. I haven't seen any information that would lead me to understand that. Which is unfortunate. Anyway, let's go back through the gymnasium. I wish I could turn it off, but I don't have that power yet. Office will lead me up. Boudoir will lead me down. Chapel would lead me up and down. I guess I don't have much of a choice now, do I? Chapel it is. Okay. Let's go down first. We'll try and use up these spaces. Locked door. Of course, a locked door. Ooh, the vault. I've never been in the vault. And we have enough for it. We are definitely going in the vault. Screw everything else. I know there's a vault key I can get somewhere in the house. I don't know where it is. I don't have it and I don't care. If I stumble across it, great. If not, that's fine too. Or maybe it was a lockbox key. I think lockbox key is the word that I'm looking for. Money! Oh yeah, because I had the coin purse too. Man, I got a lot of gold off of that. And there's another rook inside the bank vault. Okay. I'm going to put that there. I really hope if I buy things from the store, they stay on me, from the luxury store. That would be amazing. Like, as far as permanent upgrades go, that would be so good. So these are all lockboxes. If I can get the lockbox key, this would be perfect. And why is there a stand in here? I don't know. Anyway, continuing on. Let's go back to the north. I don't want a sauna. I can't do an office because I don't have the gems for it. The Nook will dead-end me. Let's try and redraw. I have 3 dice. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Was it the key in the clock tower? Was that the lockbox key? I don't remember. I'm going to go back and check my video real quick. Because that could be absolutely perfect to add in here to see what's going on. Where is YouTube Studio? Here we go. I didn't need the dashboard. What am I doing in here? I need channel. Playlists. Blueprints. And antechamber. Here we go. Episode 5. It's been a while. Holy cow. We solved that puzzle quite a ways back. Alright. What was in here? A sanctum key. Well, I don't even know where the sanctum lock is, so that's not worth it. I'm not going back to get that then. Sanctum. Huh. Getting by as best I can. I'm having an okay day today because my cough was mercifully calm last night, so I got to sleep for like 12 hours, which was beautiful. Outside of that, same as always. I don't really know what else to add to it. I wish I had something else to add to it, but I don't. I guess I'll do this one. How have you been? I know you're cooking things, as always, which sounds delicious and amazing, and I'm jealous. Anything fun and exciting happening in your life? I guess we'll have to go for the locker room. Oh, we don't have gems for that. Showroom. That'll be cool. Let's do the showroom. I don't have gems for it. Crap. Don't want to lose half my steps. I guess I could do gallery. Doing great. My wife is making me my favorite rice pudding with vanilla cinnamon. That sounds great. There's a hash brown dog? Okay, hold on. There's 2 parts of that I need to separate. Corn dog, but hash dog. So it's a hot dog covered in hash browns, I'm guessing. Kind of like rolled in a latke. Okay, that's cool. I like latkes. And then the other one was vanilla cinnamon, like vanilla or cinnamon soaked in vanilla. I'm curious about that one. So rooms, here we go. Vanilla bean and cinnamon mixed in a little bit of alcohol. Oh, that would be interesting, because the alcohol would help denature the vanilla bean extract, right? Nice. That sounds amazing. Okay, so this room is still kind of throwing me off because I found a note or a clue in one of these the other day that said, here it is, in the glossary of terms, the puzzle room. Rooms 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all puzzle rooms, which is interesting because that's the same number of letters found in the gallery. Very curious. So my only question is, room 5 in the room directory is the parlor, which means if I go into the parlor, would there be a clue as to what this painting is called? Because obviously nothing matches that number. 5, 6 darts, D-A-R-T-S, which would be a fiver. Can I spell out darts here? Is there a T? There is no T, so I can't spell out darts. And the other weird thing is that these letterings, like the style of the font, seems to be the same as the images of those pictures on the wall, but it's just height and width behind them, which is unusual. And it's not like clicking these is going to rotate them. And they're not going in alphabetical order either. Not that one, this one. Because the room 7 here is the gallery itself. It's a puzzle room. Is it self-referential? I don't think G-A-L-L-E-R-Y. I don't think even for this one, which is 6 letters. No, that's 7, that's 8. G-A-L-L-E-R-Y. I don't think this would be gallery. Maybe it's trying to get me to spell like paintings. P-A-I-N... P-A-I-N-T-I-N? No. Paintings. B-I-L-L-I-A-R-D. Billiard. D-A-R-T-S. No. Christopher Manson. Are these all by Christopher Manson? Is that something that's... They're all by Christopher Manson. 1954. All painted in the same year. So none of that is of any use. Acrylic and oil on canvas. All collection of Mount Holly. So the only thing that's different is the spaces of the letters for the names. That's it. That's the only thing that's different. And I don't think the pictures themselves reference anything. I think it is specifically bound to the puzzle rooms themselves. And here's the other weird thing. Where is the last puzzle room? Like, I don't know which room 8 is. I've never seen it before. And that's super weird, because I try and actively take the puzzle rooms. Like these, I feel like I should get this one a lot easier, because all of these paintings are just full of puns. They're just visual puns. Like, I like this one in particular. Eyeballs on a Vera table. Genius in a bottle. I like that. That's funny, but I don't know what the clue is trying to lead me towards. What the hell? I can put the garage up here? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? How could the garage get up here? That's interesting. That's really interesting. Because I didn't even think the grounds extended that far. I want to make sure I watch this and try it later. Because if that can happen again... Actually, maybe it can only happen when it's not here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if the garage isn't here, maybe it only spawns up there. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, okay. I guess I'll do the boudoir and get some extra dice here. And a gem, because I need the gem. I guess I didn't pick up the dice. Oh, maybe I did. Okay, good. And I do still have a key, which is good. I want the showroom is what I want. I've never done the maid's chamber either, but I really want the showroom. Billiard room. Freezer, dining room. Damn, we couldn't get the showroom. But I can do a drafting studio, which may help. But I don't have the gems for it. Okay. What was this? $44 face and ace. Oh. Okay, this is definitely a clue. Hold on. How did I miss this? Have I not been in this room before? 44 letters in the message. Face and ace. Glove and love, which would be G, T, D, R, N. Unused pairings. So I should be looking at the pictures as I go through for that. Because it's 44 letters in the message. If there's 45 rooms in the house. Huh. I don't know if it's possible with so little time left, but I need to remember to ask Anne if we can commission new artwork for all the rooms of the house. We need them produced in sets of 2, a pair for each room. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm thinking. I'm likely delusional to think this can be pulled off by Thursday. Okay. Because I've never really paid attention to if the pictures should be matching. Because if this is like a lamp or a lantern, I don't know what the plane would be. Flight and light? That might be it, so that would be an F. Unless it's not the no, it is 44 letters in the message. Huh, interesting. And then this one has a black queen on the chessboard. So this might be another piece. Print screen. Actually, I'm going to do it from this side because it's easier for me. Put you here. Craft and raft, raft and raft, smile and mile, vile and viral. Coat and cat, cold and old. Sturdy and study. Face and ace. Okay, I think I am going to have to start writing this one down in particular. Nope. What's this? This is just architect plans. It doesn't actually say much about anything. Is there a clue somewhere in here for it? Because in the ladies' room it was just a picture, which was nice. The boudoir. This one I'm not sure of. So if this is F, what would be in the boudoir? There should be pictures in here as well. Native American and a chef. I'm not sure what those two would be. I'll have to try different pictures, I guess. We'll look at this one again. It is the same. I doubt they'd use the same code for multiple of these, though, right? Like, I can't... That can't be right. December 25th, 12/25. I'll check, but I don't know. I mean, I know nobody suggested that to me. I'm just thinking aloud. Okay, I didn't think so. It was worth a shot. Now I really want to try and get this up here. Get the garage up here. But I think the only way it can spawn up here is if it's not here, or maybe if it doesn't show in the pool for that spot. Because house history... Yeah, it's in the 4th slot. And it is my most common one, because I like knowing that it's there all the time. And every time that it's not there, I wonder. Because I had to spawn it from here. Like from the gallery was the option. But also, I couldn't spawn it because it required a gem from that point. That's why I couldn't. I'm pretty sure. Interesting. I'll have to go back and check that footage after. Anyway, let's see. There's 4 in there and 3 in here. Can I maybe do this? If I do... Oh no, not the fountain. That's not what I wanted. No, I can't do that. Never mind. Never mind. So what am I going to do now? Let's go back through the foundation, I guess. And I can try and get through the veranda for those last few spots. Hey, JC. So you are catching me right towards the end, but I appreciate you showing up. And the manner today is being a massive pain in the ass. Not the least of which is because for the first hour, I realized I didn't have my microphone plugged in. So there is 58 minutes of absolute silence where I did an amazing run of the house. You can see right, I think it was day 32. I actually got the trophy for all the rooms filled. Oh no, must have been day 31. That's interesting. Because I got the trophy for all rooms filled on day 32. Why isn't it showing me what was here? That's unusual. It's done that a few times where it's not registered a single space. And I'm not sure why. Because I know, like, not here. Early on, especially in the first couple of days, I had spawned the garage a few times, and it just didn't show up, or it showed something else. Like, I can't imagine why I wouldn't have put something here, for example. That's super weird. Now that I'm looking at them. Like, there must have been something here, too, exactly to the west of the foundation. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, I did fill up the entire mansion. I got the trophy for it. But anyway, point being, I did have a really good first run today, or I thought so. And now I am not so much. And thank you. It's terrible because I was talking my way through my planning and my thought process, and now we get nothing. Just 58 minutes of silence on the replay. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll use this one. Commissary, sauna, utility closet. I guess I'll do the commissary. Maybe I'll be able to buy some stuff from in here. I don't really want to lose my... Ooh, set of gems. Set of 4 gems for that. That's not bad. We'll get a key. We'll get another gem. And let's go get more gold from the tomb. Because I can do that. Oh, and I did learn something interesting this run. This run specifically. I learned that with a gem, I can put the garage here. Where the nook is. And I didn't know it could spawn there. So I really want to do that next time. I just learned that information and I am like super crazy curious about it now. I want to know what happens if we put the garage there. Especially because that's the area in which the locked doors show up, which means I could probably finally put the secret garden in there. Also, we just did the study, and I saw for the first time that there should be a message of 44 letters spelt out in the paintings of each room. So, lots of things that I've learned and that we need to experiment with. Yeah, on top of that, I did get to the library this time, which we got to read the unedited version of the history of Arindia. And from that, I also think that it was... Actually, one sec. There is a possibility that I've missed the fact that the white birch and the white something else, white spruce, are the 2 white trees referred to in the song code. Which would be 2 stones I have to look under next to a white birch and a white spruce. But that's the only thing I can really think of so far for it. I did, yes, I got into the vault, which is why I have so much gold. But the problem with the vault is that I don't have... Actually, did I get the drawing room? Yeah, I did get in there, but I didn't have the lockbox key, because I'd seen the lockbox key before, and I don't know where it is, which is unfortunate. Because I would like to see what's in the vault, but don't have it, so not gonna stress too much about it. I did want to go... Not that way, back up. I need to get through the fountain. Hopefully. The hardest part really is just getting things to spawn when you need them to spawn. Yeah. That is the hard part. But I'm trying to do things in a more methodical way now, like a way that will actually spawn what I need and where I need it. Because I'm starting to figure out the rules of how the house actually creates its pool of things to draw from. We're gonna go... Where was I gonna go? I have keys. Right, I wanted to go over there. Also, I'm pretty sure I didn't have the... Not the study. The one where everything gathers. The meeting room, the boardroom, something like that. Hard to say, Jacob. The story as it's presented from the start is that your uncle Sinclair, Herbert S. Sinclair, has died. And you, as his successor, Simon something or other, I've forgotten your last name, have been bequeathed in his will everything that he owns. Like, you get everything as his only living relative, but your objective is to find the elusive Room 46 as a condition of inheritance. And to do that, you have to go through his manor. And obviously you build it day by day. And I've already been to Room 46, and I got the cutscene, which is apparently the end of the tutorial section, or the first part of the game. And now we're going through and trying to solve all the other mysteries that have been left behind. Things that the average person or the casual player wouldn't necessarily go chasing after. They think, oh, you succeeded because you made it to Room 46. But there's a lot of things left to learn. So, as far as I've managed to piece together so far, and again, Waylord has never confirmed or denied this, having beaten the game himself, so this is all purely supposition. That's all guesswork. But my thought is that you are actually the heir to the entire kingdom of Arindia, which was the 3 sections of the map that were originally listed there. And as the kingdom split, once the initial guy died, someone else has taken the throne, and he's some sort of authoritarian person that's writing revisionist history or censoring all books with reference to the past. And you, as the main character, are actually the rightful heir to everything. And supporting that information is the fact that your mother, Marion, is one of the duchesses or duckies or something like that. Like, she's part of the royalty of this particular area of Reddington, which was the original primary residence of the throne. It was the capital city of Arindia. And she most likely had a part in stealing the gems or the crown jewels from the museum where they were being held, since she would have been the rightful ruler. But then she had to be hidden by Sinclair and extradited from the country in order to prevent her from getting caught after she did that. And she published a bunch of political articles afterwards, or a bunch of political stories that had to be edited and changed so that it wouldn't implicate the current king as a false leader or something like that. So that's my supposition of what the story is leading us towards, but we haven't really found definitive proof of that. I'm still working my way around that. I am rich as fudge. What is this? I have so much gold this time. Man, I need to find me that freezer. 143 coins. Holy cow. Did I build a bookstore anywhere? There's a commissary. The other thing I wanted to do was, just in case, where is the one with the hoe? Because there should be a statue with a hoe in her hand. What is this? That's a candle. And that statue with the hoe in her hand should be... I'm not sure if it's this one or the one with the hoe specifically that should open the cloister if I can find it. This one. At least I'm assuming. Both of them should be flipped now, which means that should be... Assuming it's not an X-NOR lock. If I can spawn the cloister, I should be able to see what's in there. So down here is the other part of the cemetery, which the only thing over here was the statue of the Grim Reaper, really. Statue of Death itself. And this note, or this other part of the note. But he says the angel should point to salvation, or something like that. Oh! What? Is that going to close it? Oh no, there we go. That's why that one wouldn't open. Yeah, see, look, it's pointing to this right here. This little island thing. In the reservoir. What was that note that I read? Because the other part of this map is torn off somewhere in the basement here where the reservoir is. There's another shred of this map. It's like the top right corner, and the part that you can see reads something to the effect of the angel points to salvation. Just gotta scroll up for it. Here we go. No, it's something Gel points dreams is all I can see from it. But I'm assuming it's angel points to dreams. And this is the only one that I can imagine would fit that role, creepy as it is. So it's pointing towards the central section here. I mean, I still just need to drain the rest of the water out, but that's hard to do. I can't get power to the pump room. Wait, what is this one here? That doesn't matter. It's this piece of the map over here. It says Gel points dreams. And this is the symbol of, not Archerindia. The other one. I've forgotten what it's called. I'll go back and reread. I didn't take screenshots of that book. But it says that is where it points to dreams. Gel points dreams. So maybe I do have to find a way to... No, because I don't have keys for them. And they didn't seem to be something I could interact with. Because I did get into the antechamber, but I couldn't interact with any of those doors, even though I had 2 of the red letters solved. So I don't know if there's a specific key for them, or if there's another lever that I have to interact with. I don't know. I would like to, I just don't know. What was this? Nothing. I haven't. I was going to do it during the last run, except that I was one step short of making that happen. I had an experiment set up for, where is it? I wish it was easier to go back to the last day. Yeah, I know. I had an experiment set up where if I opened a box, I would set my steps to 40, and right here I hadn't opened this locked trunk, and I ran out of steps here in the weight room. Like, this was my last step, so I got through into the hallway and then I couldn't interact with the trunk. Otherwise, I was perfectly set up for it, and I was very sad about that. I think I may have to start by coming down here, just to set it in case I make it to the antecedent chamber or the antechamber. Just because I'd like to see what happens if I get in there again. It did seem to be a treasure room or a study of some sort. But, can't say for sure. Don't know. I'm gonna look at those doors again. Maybe there is something I can interact with now that I've been to the end once. Oh, one more. Question is, even if I do this, because here's the full underground map, but there's nothing written on it. And I know that I should be able to get through to the cliffside exit from here. I don't know. There's a lot of mysteries yet to solve and a lot of things yet to try. And the RNG does not make it easy to decide what to investigate. But I did get to do the cool thing this time, which was I was able to go from the foundation through the underground. Or go to the foundation through the underground. Very much so, yep. I think maybe towards Thursday or Friday again. Oh. This wasn't the way I wanted to go. Oh well. I think towards Thursday or Friday again, I may take another break to do some more Tasomachi. Just because it will be nice to have another little break from investigating puzzles. But I am enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. And it is cool constantly making discoveries, even if that is slightly slow going. Oh, I did also, during the last time I played, I did also discover that the clues to the galleries have something to do with these 3 rooms. But I don't know what it has to do with these 3 rooms. Or these 4 rooms, I should say. That would be nice, and you know, you're always welcome here. I'm really happy that you keep coming back. I appreciate you being around for sure, and for chatting with me. It definitely takes the stress off of having to think and lets me work my way around puzzles rather than trying to brute force them. Is there a place with a spruce and a birch? Because a birch should be a deciduous tree that wilts downwards. Currently, for the next couple of runs, one of my first things that I want to do is try and spawn the garage up here. Because now that I know that can happen, I am intensely curious about it. The ones in the orchard are all apple trees. So that's probably not going to help. But those are birch trees. It might be fall, so there's no leaves on them, but these are definitely birch trees over here. And it said beneath the 2 rocks. So this might be a dig spot, to be honest, but I don't have a shovel. Because the lyrics of the song were between the 2, or beneath the 2, or something about that. Hold on. 2 rocks, I believe. Under 2 rocks. I didn't actually write it out too well, but the secret that you found. Yeah, so I don't know if that's a puzzle you went through then, if you didn't find it, but the song sheets that you start finding in the music room, because there's 5 of them there, I found 8 of them throughout the house, and the song sheets have a secret in the bolden letters of each page, which tells you that the first words of each page are true, or the first word of each page is true. So if you go back and then read each first word of the page, then it says find among the, where's number 4? Must be further down here. Yeah, so it's find among the... Where is page 4? I know I have it somewhere here. That's 8. Here's 5. Okay, I think number 4 was white, but it said find among the white trees under 2 stones is what it worked out to be. Here's number 4. Yeah, find among the white trees. White trees. And then 6 and 7 were down here. Under 2 stones. Find among the white trees under 2 stones. So this is something right here. Which means if I can find a shovel, I should come back here and see what's underneath. Because this is where the white trees are. That's obviously 2 stones. And I must need to dig. So that's a puzzle I should be able to solve next time. And this is unfortunately just apple orchard. I didn't think of coming all the way out here to look for it though. I thought they would be symbolic white trees. Like on an emblem or something. The fact that they are actually white trees out here that I just never paid attention to, that's interesting. I'm going to have a look at that if I find a shovel. For whatever reason, the shovel is really hard to find in this game. Anyway, I do have keys, or a key at least. I'm going to go up to the veranda. So let's go this way. Up. Up. West. North. I've had, fortunately, good luck with the sledgehammer a lot of times, but the shovel is really proving to be a pain in the butt. Patio is free, but it won't lead me anywhere. I guess I'll do the aquarium. Oh, I can redraw floor plans for gems. I'm still going to do the aquarium because I have a couple more. I would love to find the showroom. To be honest, with 143 gold, I would love to find the showroom. Select a new floor plan to add permanently. Oh, but that's really good. That's really good. I'm still going to try and find the showroom. Servants' quarters, sauna, observatory. Oh, I can put the garage here again. Can it just go anywhere up here? What the hell? But I don't have anywhere to power right now because I don't have the thingy. I couldn't even see out the door. That's unfortunate. That's super unfortunate because if I had some power, I could see a little further up the garden this time. I just don't have a way to get there. But that's still interesting. It means it can spawn further up. We're going to do the patio. Let's hope for a shovel. No, key and gem. Unfortunate, but okay. Showroom. Yeah, lots of dig spots. I'm going to hope, I don't think so, I'm going to hope that anything that I buy in there I get to keep. But I don't know for sure. See, if I can build the garage out here with power, then I can explore this whole area, or I should be able to. What did you think dig spots sounded like? Now I'm curious. With 2 of the items in your inventory. Okay. What? You do not have to pay the gem cost of floor plans. I don't care about that one, but the master key and the emerald bracelet would be amazing to have. I don't think I have enough for both, though. 80 and 60 is 140. Between the two, I find keys much easier than I find gems, though. I'm going to do emerald bracelet and hope that it carries over to tomorrow. I had so much money. What the heck, we'll grab this one. So I'm wondering if I get to choose which one I want, or which 2 I want. Because if I can choose this, with 2 of the items in your inventory, if I can choose that, then I could always choose the moon pendant plus 1 more. And I'm going to kind of hope that's the case. Because I don't have anywhere else that I can go. I have locked off every other opportunity. Let's give it a shot, and let's really hope that that's what I get. Or that I get the opportunity to choose. We're gonna see. Garden Manor of the Dead. Oh, wow. 13 dead-end rooms. No wonder I had so much money this time. 5 coins for every dead-end room that you draw, and I had 13 of them. Oh my goodness. Plus with the coin burst, that was so many. Okay. Yeah. Come on, give me the moon and the gem pendant, or the gem thing. I just want to see what I got. I really hope I got those 2. because that would be freaking fantastic. Because it doesn't look like I got to choose them. Nope. Keycard and coin purse. Poopy. I didn't get to choose. Oh well. I'm going to call it a day here, like in real life, not in game, because it has been a little over 2.5 hours, even if an hour of it was just silence. I do apologize for that again. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. That's what I was going to do. That was the plan, JC, yeah. Because I just wanted to see what I got. I don't know if that will actually change things, and if it does, then I'll know for next time. But I wasn't planning on saving and just wasting a whole day. At least not this time. It's an experiment, it's not cheating. Anyway. Yeah, thank you again. Appreciate you for being here, JC, Jacob, Waylord. I don't know if anyone else is here yet, because the thing doesn't show me anything. Looks like even Waylord dipped, but that's okay. Alright, have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Do you want to? We've just got the two of you right now. Two of you and me. Is there someone you'd like to raid? Because Mari's still playing Phasmophobia, if you want to go... Okay. That works for me, then. I think if I have like 3 to 4 people, it's worth it. But for just the two of you, it's like... I don't want to put pressure on you to stick around at whoever I raid's channel. So, yeah. Anyway. I will catch you guys next time. Thanks again. Have a good night, everyone. And where is my stop stream button? Here we go.